Turn this on. Alrighty. Hello, welcome to the OpenWorld live stream. The Twitch channel, the OpenWorld RPG Twitch channel. See, there's so many words. My name is Knox. I run this channel and this thing. How is everyone? I hope everyone is doing well. First off, I want to say today is Trans Day of Visibility. So, if you don't know what that is, please look it up. There's a hashtag that you can follow on any social media. And, you know, if you can support charities and organizations that work in that space, then please do so. If not, then just share resources, tell people, and do what you can. From there, so as some of you may or may not know, because it's just me, but I took March off of doing anything related to. Oh, sorry, that's loud, probably. I took March off of doing anything related to OpenWorld just because, I started it at the beginning of the year, January and February, pushed really hard, did a live stream every single week. Not a live stream, recorded a podcast, edited, put out a podcast, was writing stuff on the website, and was making social media posts. And then I realized, okay, basically what I'm doing is a full-time job on top of my full-time job. And I just got so worn out. I felt very overwhelmed by everything. I felt that I had to do so much all at once, but it's just me doing it. So it was a lot. So I took March off. I took some time off of my actual job too, and just kind of processed, refocused energy, does that make sense? Trying to get back into like a healthier mind space and physical, eating better, all this stuff that was just kind of out of whack because I was doing 2 full-time jobs, and I was trying to like use the time in that we have because of this pandemic to, do this, but it was a lot that I felt like I got burned out. So I am not going to do that anymore. I feel like my glasses are dirty, and I don't have my thing here at my desk at this moment, so I will just use my shirt. Okay. You can barely see what that is. It's supposed to be like drone footage of a bunch of cities, but it's like real bright. What if I lower the brightness? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Cool. Okay, what are we doing? I'm here to say, okay, so I'm going to be doing live streams more often now. I'll get to what I'm going to be doing on them, but I'm going to be doing live streams twice a week because here's the thing. I don't have to like plan for them. I don't have to edit them afterwards. It's just like, hey, for X amount of an hour to 2 hours or something like that, come and just talk about stuff you love, like plan for things, blah, blah, blah. I'll get to what I'm doing. And then just don't worry about it, right? So I feel like that's something I can do. And then the podcast, which was interviews with people creating diverse characters. I think what I'm going to do is, I started thinking about this, and I might have said it in another live stream. But for the podcast, what I'm planning on doing is kind of when I have the when I have the ability to record with different people, I will do probably shorter interviews and kind of focus on the specific element that that is diverse about that character, and kind of really go into detail about who that character is. And then kind of make an episode that is maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 characters that all have like some kind of tie through them. So you get different people talking, and you're hearing different things, and I'm talking to different people, and it's just kind of, does that make sense? Yeah. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of what that would be called. But it's I don't know if you can, it's just why can't I think of the word? Multiple things in the same thing. Multiple interviews in the same episode that all kind of have to do with each other. There's an ongoing theme. And yeah, I think that, and then I'll put it out when I can. There's no like pressure for me to say every single week I get one out, because that's just not realistic with my current life. And I hope one day it can be, because that's amazing, and the ability to like contact different people or have like a waiting list of people who I know, but I don't know that many people in this space yet. And yeah. So that's going to be the podcast. So the live streams are going to happen on Sunday and Wednesday nights. I feel like that's something I can do from 7:30 onward until it feels like a natural ending point. Probably won't go past 9:30 at the latest, probably. Just because, I need to get to bed. Because, I need bed. Healthy sleep. That's another thing. I was trying to be more healthy, and in order to do that, I need to get good sleep. So probably won't go past 9:30 unless it's like a real good time and we're like really just making progress on something. Okay, now what is going to be, what are the live streams going to be? Okay, live streams. The main thing is that I am starting a new campaign with my current D&D group. But we're not going to play D&D. We're going to play, I think I'm going to use the Fate core system. Or maybe the Fate accelerated system. Which are just, it's just like really rules light. Because I find myself as a DM very story driven. Very RP heavy. And then the like rules and stuff, like I'd rather people describe what they're doing than roll a dice and get a number for what they're doing. So it has some of that, but not tons of it. Like you're only using D6s, and it's basically just like, do you do it really well? Do you do it, or do you not do it? And that's basically it. Cool. Yes. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to use this time on these live streams to continue to build out the city that they're in and flesh out the world and overall. And I'll go into detail of what that is looking like already, because I've already started thinking about stuff and planning a little bit, but not enough to keep going. And then, if people are here, they can see how I'm doing it and kind of give recommendations on how to make this world that I'm creating more diverse, more inclusive, more everything. More love. Just, how to add more love to this world. And yeah, I'll be doing that. And then possibly, if people come in and want to create a character while we're doing it, I'll get them to kind of help me plan where that character goes, what they do in the city. And, like new followers, subscribers, or whatever get to name a character in my game. And then eventually, over time, I won't be planning the sessions out on live stream because I don't want my players to, like, watch. That. So it'll, like, in terms of storylines will, and I might recap what happens after the storyline here. But yeah. Okay, that's that. I made notes for myself because I had things I needed to talk about. Woohoo. Oh, and I missed a note. For the live streams, I'm going to be adding them to my YouTube channel. I feel like people do that. They just add the full live stream to their YouTube channel. For people who can't make it, I think that makes sense. It's not like a pre-recorded show or something, so it's a little different. But I think people would still, if they're interested and they can't make it, they at least have the option to come and hang out and see what this kind of thing is like, so that maybe in the future they will be able to come and hang out or make the time to do that. But it is, again, it's just time that I would have been using to build out the city anyway, that I can do it here and describe what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it, if people are interested. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. First of all, there's no first of all. I've already been talking for 20 minutes. 13 minutes. Okay, fine. I am going to light a candle. I got this really cool candle company called the Wick Witch Candle and Bath Company in Merrickville, Ontario. And it came with, like, I got 3 candles. It came with 2 little tea lights of different, like, scents. And it came with one of the saging bunches. And some obsidian. I got some obsidian. Where's that? Let me show that. That's pretty cool. Ooh, look at that. I think you can make it a necklace. I think that's what these are for. You can tie, like, some string around it and make it a necklace. I just like it as, like, kind of like a crystal. It looks, do you know what? It looks like a fingernail. It looks like a fingernail. Like, can you imagine? Can you even imagine? Okay, too much. Okay. Anywho, I'm going to light a candle and just kind of, get into the zone. I have been looking into witchcraft recently. Do y'all know about this? It's really just doing stuff I already did. Okay, where's this? Let's see. Okay, so here's the candle. It's called Emerald Forest. Ooh, there we go. I'm not a candle vlogger, but I could be. Okay. Do you think we should put this back here so y'all can like experience it? I'll still get the snow. Okay. So we got the candle. Okay. We got our cities going over here, and I put some cities back there because we're going to make a city today. Well, we're going to start. It's going to be a big process. Okay, I'm also... Dudes, this is going to be fun. I don't think anyone said otherwise, Knox. All right, well, that's fine. I have some tarot cards here, and I thought we'd just kind of, these ones are really nice because they all come with a, like, specific mantra. Ooh, I'm so bad at figuring out. I trust my knowing and follow my heart. So I think it would be cool if we just, pick a tarot card that kind of, like, sets the mood for this live stream. They're all positive. These ones, I have another deck that I call my, like, realistic deck, where this is just my, like, when I need to feel good deck. But, I just wanted to, kind of set the mood with a candle and kind of, like, get into the zone. Okay. All right, I'm just shuffling right now. Okay, so now I'm going to just cut the deck. And then we're going to take the first one on the top. Ooh! It's the... Look at me. The Justice card. These are so pretty. Look at these cards. Okay. It says, I speak my truth in fairness to myself. So I like that because... That's like, a lot of times people are like, oh, I speak the truth, and I'm going to beat myself up because I'm being honest with myself. And it's like, okay, well, you can be honest with yourself. But, like, also be fair to yourself. Like, we're all going through a pandemic right now. You're allowed to, like, mess up a little bit. So, just enjoy the space you are in. Be fair to yourself. Where you're at is where you're supposed to be. And if you, are sitting on the couch more recently, if you are ordering in because making food hurts, because making food just seems like the absolute most, that's okay too. You'll get through it. We'll all get through it. We'll be here for each other throughout the pandemic, when the pandemic's over. And we will continue playing amazing role-playing games in the meantime. Cool. Okay, now let's get into this idea that I have for this new campaign. And I will kind of let y'all know where I'm at. I am going to flip over to... No, I can just do this one this way. I'll flip over later when we start planning stuff. But, okay. So, here's my idea. This world. I wrote out this thing for the players to see if it interests them. They said yes. So I'm going to move forward with it. So I'm just going to read this out to you. And then we'll go from there. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So this Earth is very similar to ours in terms of scientific discoveries, forces of nature, and the like. This world, however, never separated into continents. Instead, it's one massive Pangea. All the waters have been traveled and explored. There is no other livable land on the planet. Over time, as people expanded and settlements grew, no borders were ever formed, but the communities, cultures, and cities connected and embraced each other, covering most of the landmass. No one group or community was in the majority more than any other. Everyone now speaks a common tongue and writes a common language. And it's not English in the world, but like as English-speaking players, we are going to be speaking English in the game, and it's going to be known as like the common language, similar to common in whatever version of D&D you will play. Common is whatever language the players speak. Okay. Eventually, the entire continent became one giant connected metropolis. Agriculture continued, but in manufactured farms. Man-made parks were created with what looked like very natural trees and plants. Greenhouses were popular on rooftops of homes and buildings, but for the most part, it was a concrete and metal city covering the entire continent. Flight was never needed because extremely fast trains, both underground and on raised tracks, could get you anywhere you needed to go on the whole continent. Every last inch of this continent became a city except for one spot, an enormous walled area in the center which remained untouched by civilization. And I have said that, like, think of the size of, like, Australia in the whole world. Like, that, it's a huge green space. But, yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, so the green space. There's natural foliage, wildlife that we know as native to various parts of our world are all forced into one area to avoid the urban sprawl of civilization. This walled-off area, untouched by civilization, is known as the wilds. No humans live in the wilds, but they are permitted to go in and out for hunting, exploration, etc., with the proper documentation. And you are microchipped while you're inside to ensure you come back out so they can find your body if you die alone out there. Ooh, girl, what's that crazy? Okay. This city is overseen by a council of 5 people, one representing each direction: north, south, east, west. What? Oz? What's up? Oz is going crazy. Do you see something? What are you doing there, bud? Okay, bye. Okay. Cities overseen by a council of 5 people, representing one in each direction: north, south, east, west. Usually a community leader living in that area that speaks to the needs of the people from that area. And then one person representing the wilds, usually a scientist or explorer who has spent a lot of time researching the natural world and spent time in the wilds. These positions are voted on every 2 years, and a council member cannot stay on the council longer than 2 consecutive terms, 4 years, and cannot serve more than a total of 5 terms in their life, 10 years. They realize the way they continue to have their cities and cultures grow together so well is to keep evolving and growing together and not hold on to individual power. Although everything seems quite harmonious and figured out on the surface, there are parts to the city that are unknown and to even the people who have been there the longest and held positions of power multiple times. Not everything in this city is as united and harmonious as it appears. You are living on Earth. This is what I told them. You are living on Earth, working an average, everyday, run-of-the-mill average. Oh, I said that. No. You are working an everyday, run-of-the-mill average job or a student in the city, and then one day, ... Yeah, so that's kind of the, like, preamble before, and, like, that's before I have tons of information either. Since then, I've come up with more stuff that I'm can share, and even if the players watch, it's not going to be that big of an issue. It's just kind of like structure, city structure and stuff like that. So it's stuff they'll learn as they play that, like, I won't make them like, I'm not hiding from them. They just won't know it right away until they talk to somebody or they watch this. Either way, they're going to learn it. Yeah. So If I go, I've started setting up. I'm using an Excel, or a Google Sheet, like a. Why can't I think of the word? A Google Sheet is like an Excel spreadsheet. There you go. That's the word I'm thinking. To kind of plan the structure of it. It's not going to be the specific space, but it's like the space or even the like location specifically. But I'm trying to break everything up into districts that all have different kind of focuses. Each one will also have like places to go grocery shopping, places to go like neighborhoods and all this stuff. Yeah. So let me open up that. Okay, let me go to transition to screen record. Okay, there we go. Yeah, city structure. Okay, so this is what I've started on. Again, it's not like proper size orientation and I just broke it up like this visually so I can give different like district numbers. So like North 1, North 6, North 12, West 8, etc., etc. And then each ring around the wilds is going to kind of be a different tier of wealth and quality, I think. I think that is how I'm kind of focusing on it. And like, the center ring, is it put here? So this is the wilds in the middle. Then the center ring is going to be like highest quality residences, as well as the kind of main centers for each direction. So there's each direction, and they're not broken. Like you don't. Because I don't want it to be like, it's not a political. I don't want it to be. It's not like different nations, so it's not like North versus South. They're all working together, and they all just focus on different things to bring to the table. So kind of what I came up with was the North focuses on stabilization to make sure we make sure our todays are better. The West focuses on innovation, so we make sure our tomorrows are better. The South focuses on collaboration. We make sure people are connected. And then the East focuses on recreation. We make sure our people are happy. Oh, no, wait, this is West. Look at all these are right. I just put the wrong word here. This is West. Western. The West focuses on recreation. The East focuses on innovation. Oops. See, look at that. Already making mistakes. What a cool kid. Okay, and then the third district of each direction has an entrance to the wilds, so you don't have to like. There's not only one entrance, but it's also there's not like 12. Okay. And then the next ring, I have being more focused on commerce. So they're going to be focused on, commerce, and they still have quite high quality residences. The next, where this pink line is, so the third ring, is going to be focused on land industries like farming and stuff like that. But I really want it to be very. So land industries, I'm calling it that right now just to differentiate it from water industries, which is the outer ring and the coastline. But land industries isn't specifically like farming because, well, as I said in the kind of intro, it's basically just a giant city. So this one is also going to be things like metalwork, masonry, all that stuff. Also, time-wise, it's like present day here, like present day in our world, but as if the continents never shifted. And I'm just making assumptions, and it's probably stuff that might not ever happen or wouldn't have happened or whatever. But okay, yeah. So the outer ring will probably also have a bunch of. I'm trying to think of what word, like manufacturing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what I want to do? I mean, this I was probably not. Eventually, I think what I'm going to do is when I pull a card, like at the beginning of a stream, I want to put it like in this like template here. You know? So, people who weren't here for when I pulled it can still, see what card we pulled for the stream. I'll figure it out. I don't have those. I don't think I can have. I don't have those cards figured out. I wonder if I can just. Oh, I'll figure something out. Not this stream. It's my first stream back in like a month. Let's just stick to the setting it all up. Okay. So what I need to figure out some of these like industries, but I do want to focus on like this idea of, in general, what the East focuses on is making things to like innovating new things to make, like they're coming up with new ideas where the North fixes current problems. Then the South focuses on bringing people together. So it's like, and again, as I said in the intro thing, there's trains that take people everywhere. So even if you live in North District North 22, you can still travel underground all the way to South 15 really quickly without an issue. So if there's something that happens in South 15 that is part of this like bringing people together, it's not that these people aren't separated. It's just where they live or where they work, and somebody who lives in one could work in a different one. There isn't a separation. It's just to like differentiate what goes where. Everyone is part of the same city, but because it's like the size of the whole world, because it's like a huge size of the whole world, then there's still people of all different shapes, sizes, colors, all this thing, because as science, because of science, like evolution and all that stuff, where they were originate, right? Mathematics is hard. I'm not a scientist. Yeah. So like, there's still tons of diversity and different culture and all of this stuff that is now, because they have come to a place where they have joined into a giant city. There's no division of everybody in the South looks one way, everyone in the North looks a different way, etc., etc. It's like New York City, Toronto. It's a big city with a diverse group of people everywhere you look. Okay. Okay. So now I want to think of some. I gotta think of some industries and stuff like that. So I've started filling stuff out. So I wanted to put water filtration in every water filtration and distribution because it's a giant city and water is so important to everyday life. I think each there needs to be this ability. Oh, you know what? Because I do this where it's these are all see S2. Oh no, what did I do? S2. I might change. How would I do that though? Yeah, okay. So I might change the direction of these ones. So make this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, I like it better as that one being 4 instead. We'll put this back. So I haven't even described why I'm doing this yet, but okay. 4, and then let's make this 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll make this 4 over here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I want to do this because then I want to make both region 4 and 4. I want to kind of have parallels between them. So just like the Northwest District 3 is the entrance to the wild. It's going to be where you kind of prep to go in. You have to go through probably giant walls, and you need to get microchipped when you go through, as they don't want anyone affecting the wilds in a non-natural way. So they did that. You can't leave anything that is unnatural in there. Everything that goes in must come out. You get so what I want to do is make N4, W4, E4, and S4 all maybe hunting or a. Well, this is a commerce. So maybe it's focused on kind of selling of. I'm going to put hunting for now. I think that's not exactly what I'm going to call it in the long term. But it's basically going in and getting what they need from the animals, but they're not allowed. I imagine they're not allowed to. And these are just land animals. Oops. I can zoom in. What if I zoom in? View, zoom. Okay. Yeah, I think it's where they kind of focus on, especially because Northwest 3 is going to be the entrance. I think the one next to it will be where people go to get the stuff that comes out of those districts. So it's hunting, but then it's also going to be maybe just animal products, because it's not hunting, it's all animal products. And these districts are this, and it's not exactly our time period, because certain things are I imagine the the above ground train system and the like below ground train system are like much more efficient. They like are super fast. You can get anywhere you need to go. I also have been thinking that there's like no personal vehicles. Maybe just no like automated vehicles. Like people can have bikes and stuff, or scooters, or rollerblades. I don't think those count as vehicles. Bikes, but like there's no automated vehicles because you can get everywhere you need to go because it's just a giant city. So there's only like sidewalks to go to go around to each place. Okay. And I don't know if I want to make this the N1s, like District 1 of each direction. I'm not 100% sure what I want to make it yet. If I want to make it like where the elected official resides, or is it just like top tier, like is the like, because this is the highest quality residence, maybe there is nothing else other than high quality residence in this section. Like it's just residences in each one. And they're like, it's not not tainted isn't the right word, but it's not competing with space with other industry and with other stuff. Methinks. Just, again, all of this is subject to change. It's just initial plans. And each, as I said before, this one is just residences where there's residents in every single district. Oh, see, like I started putting in this, which is the innovation section, sea exploration. So it's something that like they're going to see what is out there, what else they're trying to innovate with like sea life, if it's viable to live somewhere in the water, and then I put fishing. Animal products. I feel like, say I want to do the same thing again. I want to do the thing where they're the same number. I should have thought of that before I numbered them all. That I always wanted the numbers to go beside each other. Okay. So if we put 8 here, then let's have the 9s go beside the 8s. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oops, too many. 15. Okay. And then if we have 15, then this one works here. Okay, but then if I have 15, then I want 16 up here. I want 17, 18, 19. Is that right? Did I do that right? 9 each 9. Yeah. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 matches. Okay, we're going to change this to 16. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to change that anyway. Oh, no, I'm just changing this one. Okay, 15, 14, 13, 11, 10, 9, oops, 19, Okay, 24, 16, 17, 18. Wait, I missed one. I messed up. 16, 17, 18. No? Did I not? Okay. 19. What did I just do? 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, and so I put cruise lines, because this is the West Center for Recreation, so we make people happy. So they're going to focus on cruise lines here. So if you ever want to go on a cruise, y'all have to go to W22. You got to go to District W22. I'm lucky that we didn't go up to 40 districts, or else there would be oh no, West District 40, WD40. I don't, I'm just, never mind. I'm sure one of these is a thing. Okay. And then I put sports here. I didn't want to put water sports, but like, what is another word for like, boating, water skiing, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And I think I want to give different like land types to places. So, but I also wanted to like fit with what's happening. So like if I put like, obviously this is all coastline, but maybe like some of these could have like is there like mountains on like this side of W18 going into W14. Like there's a mountain line on this pink line, basically the Rockies. Like, does that exist? Like, does that make sense to put like mountains there? I think that makes sense. I don't know if this is where that goes. But I think that also would work with, okay, there's sports. Like, this is... On one side, there's mountains. On the other side, there's coast. And then inside, you can have, like, arenas. Yeah, I like it. What is something else that... Recreation... Cruise lines. I'm gonna go cruise lines. And holidays. Like maybe cruise lines and resorts. Like this specific W22 is specifically like it's a really lush beach. It's something that other places don't have. Like they spent time really like manicuring their beach to be a places that like a destination that people go that is different than the water filtration systems of the districts on either side of it. Obviously these are important and they probably feed into this and make it like so these resorts are well kept and they have like nice pools and stuff. Something in my eye. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? Um, okay. Legit, what is happening in my eye right now? One second, you guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. So weird. So strange. It's still. It feels like. I mean, I was cooking before the stream. And I made onions. And that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm chopping onions right in front of me. But there's no onions in front of me. Is this candle made of onions? No. It's fine. Ooh, I wonder if because I have no idea. I'm so confused. I like fully like ate, washed my hands. So strange though. Okay. I don't know what to do. It's just kind of like my eyes are watering. I'll get over it. Okay, we need to make some more industry here. So we said animal products here. I still feel like these water ones should be like right on the coast. Stuff that happens on the coast. Or stuff that like happens both on the coast and other places because the places are huge, like districts are huge. So it could be something that just it's like sports. Some of them happen in water, so we want water there. You have other like what is So like let's do well, okay, let's actually do, I wanted to put, let's make these ones, the ones near the centers, the 8s. Let's make these ones universities. Let's just call them education. We can decide what they specifically are. And then N8s. Because there's going to be some that repeat, because there's going to be different studies at each one. And then some stuff doesn't repeat. Just like, you need a lot of food, so you're going to have multiple things. And they're probably, because they're beside each other, they probably share resources. And I know it's not exactly commerce, but... Okay, let's see. What other? Let me just, like... Let's do... Okay. Coastal. Yeah, here, let's see. Loading. Fishing. Yeah. Oil. Okay, yeah. So that's probably up in this one. Well, probably both. Let's do oil, drilling, city building in Google Chart Classic. Nah, yeah. I don't know if this is something you have done as well, but it helps me just kind of lay out the districts of a city. Also, hi Hazel Eyes. Thank you for joining. Happy to have you. But I feel like maybe oil drilling would be done by multiple. Especially in a big city this size. You really need to get, all that oil. Mills, like water mills and windmills. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. Hazel, is this a game of mine? Yeah, so I am starting a new, game with my current D&D group, but we're not going to play D&D. We're using the Fate Accelerated or Fate Core system, just to make it more RP focus. And I'm making a kind of an alternative history if the continents never divided and the world was a Pangea, and now it's Pangea 2021. And I'm just kind of making stuff up, so it's everything that you know as a person in the world, now, but without the history that actually happened to get us there. But it's the same like world we live in, um, with some minor differences. Like this place called the Wilds, which is an untouched place, and every other place is completely covered by city. Um, then each kind of ring goes down from highest quality to lowest quality in terms of residence and kind of almost class level, but it's not. You don't People don't see each other as like less than if they live in different areas, but there's just it's nicer the closer you get to the center. Um, then yeah, what else is there difference? There's trains above ground and below ground, like on like in the not in the air like flying, but like on tracks above the ground because there are no roads because there's no personal car. It's all just sidewalks from one place to another to get to like a train that can take you from anywhere on the continent to another place. Yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited to kind of just do something completely different not that's not like the traditional fantasy RPG. Something kind of cool. So now I'm just kind of planning out different the districts and seeing what goes in each one and kind of what their focus is. But there is residences in each of them. People can and do live in each one. They live in one and they work in another. But yeah, it's kind of the goal. And I'm sure when I start playing, it'll kind of some other stuff will develop naturally. It hasn't started yet, but it's probably 2 or 3 weeks before we actually start playing. So yeah, I put oil drilling because they need that. Trading, yeah, it's not really fishing. They do need probably mining. I don't know how we're gonna do forestry. That probably doesn't happen anymore. There's not much being made of wood anymore, probably. Yeah, it's actually the first time I had heard of it too. It's just I didn't want to use the D&D system, which is so focused on like the different fantasy ancestry and races and the classes and all that stuff, when I really wanted to focus on like a new kind of a more modern world and have it be all humans, and it's kind of just a focus on playing your character and kind of diving in who the character is versus the choices you made from the book. I really want to kind of focus on what my character builds. Like I'm gonna get each of the players to fill out one of my character sheets that gets you to answer questions about like their identity and everything. And I really want, yeah. So I want it to be kind of more focused on the characters and what they're going through. But yeah, the fate system is here. Let me open fate. It's fate. I think we're gonna do fate accelerated because it's just even more simplistic. Not that you need it to be simplistic, but because I do want to focus more on. Actually, I have it here. I mean, it's still like a rule book, but where's the main kind of dice? So it's mainly just you're using fate dice, which are a d6 with 2 pluses, 2 minuses, or 2 blanks. And then you're just always rolling 4 at a time. and you're getting a number, and then you have a character sheet similar to it, but there's way less options on it, and you're basically saying how you would do something if it's like forceful. That's what you're adding your forceful number to your dice roll number to see if your roll beats the DM or NPC roll. So yeah, much more simple. And then I think I have the... Just because I've been starting to look into things. This... Fate... That's Fate. Is this the one? That's not what I want. Oh, here's the... So there's certain things called aspects. Yeah, if you do something careful, clever, flashy, forceful, quick, or sneaky. So those are just the different ways you do something, and you describe it, and you don't have to, like obviously, if you say, I want to, like, break down that door flashy, I might say, well, that's probably more forceful if you're breaking down a door. Where if you're, like, entering with flair, that might be flashy. But yeah, and there's a couple other things, like aspects, stunts, that you'd have to, like, go in and research, which I'm still researching, so I don't have all the answers yet on exactly what they are and how to do it. But you would use these to get, I believe, like, advantage, the similar aspect, like advantage, or adding more to a bonus to it by using these different elements. But yeah, it's a system that doesn't force you into a specific world or mold or genre. So you can do, if you like the world you're in, but you just think there's too many rules, like the D&D kind of worlds that you're in, then you can definitely exchange it into a system like this, which is nice. But we're still, like, the group that I'm playing with is still going to be playing D&D half the time, and then this one the other half the time. Just, it's fun to try new things. Oops. Okay. Yeah, there's so many rules for D&D, and like I absolutely love D&D. I watch way too much of it. I play a lot of it. I think about it a lot. Obviously, I made a whole branding and company about it, but yeah, like something like this, just to kind of get away from focusing on the rules as opposed to focusing on the RP, which is really, like, the storytelling is the thing I love the most about it. So if we can focus on the story itself and who the characters are, I think that would be a really cool way of doing it. But I will definitely keep, like, updated on how it goes, and if we're liking the system, or if we end up thinking it's too obscure and there's not enough, like, kind of rigidity to the rules, and there's not enough focus, I guess. But I think I'm gonna really enjoy something more like this. Just for a change. I really do still enjoy D&D for what it is. But as a DM, I think I'm going to enjoy not having to look up what a lizard folk shaman has the ability to cast in that moment, because I can just make it up, because it's like it's anything I want. Okay, we need some collaboration. Water collaboration. Where did I have that list of I was looking at? Floating gardens. Training. I'm wondering about like something for the south if it's like that still seems like this one. I was gonna say like kind of gatherings or like getaway packages and stuff like that, but that seems more like cruise lines and resorts. I think I'm gonna do self-care spas. I I don't know. I don't know. Might change them. I just like this kind of thing where it's like it's there's so much to this world that it's just one thing that happens in W20 is self-care and spas. Okay, yeah, exactly. Mud spas. Lots of like jets, like hot tub jets and seaweed wraps. You know, they're on the water. That's where you get seaweed, is in the sea. So, I don't know. I'm trying to think if we make sure people are connected. Ooh, so maybe like maybe this would be up here, but like maybe the internet or like the like telecommunications and internet. Because it's a cool rich thing. Yeah, cupping. That leaves doesn't that leave like giant like bruises or welts on you? Really? That's gonna break that up. Alrighty, well, that's fine. Yeah, I don't. They'll have it there. It'll definitely be an option for people if they want to have cupping. I probably won't go into detail when I describe it, though. Okay. Animal product education. What else brings people together in more of a that you can okay, so self-care spas. I think this is also going to be yeah, my line is cupping. Gyms. I feel like that makes sense. Like the gyms kind of connects with the sports section up here, and then the self-care and spas kind of connect with the like resort. So I feel like this all kind of makes sense, and it's all to do with recreation, making sure people are happy. Smooth oil drilling. I just like having symmetry, so both N18 and E18 are oil drilling. And it's on different sides, like for kind of like the northwest section versus southeast section. So it's kind of farther away. So I like that they can be drilling in different sections of the world. And it's both to innovate and to stabilize. So I think infrastructure has to be one of these main ones that they focus on. Because like this is probably planning for it, but would it be in this section though? This is commerce. Maybe this would be up here. Or maybe infrastructure is more of a term that like they plan infrastructure here and then the specifics happen. So like construction. Like I feel like construction. And it's not that all the construction happens in N12, but like they probably have factories and like machinery and stuff that they can then ship out to other districts when they need to build something. What else could... Okay, modern, let's do... Ooh, like, I want to do, like, where's the Hollywood of this section? Would that be in recreation? Probably, right? Like, we make people happy. Does they have a king or leader? Oh, yeah, so, yeah, you were here when, so we have, the city is overseen by a council of 5 people, one representing each direction, north, south, east, west, and they're usually a community leader living in that area that speaks to the needs of the people from that area. And then one representing the wilds, usually a scientist or explorer who has spent a lot of time researching the natural world as well as being in the wilds. These positions are voted on every 2 years, and a council member cannot stay on the council longer than 2 consecutive terms, which is 4 years, and they cannot serve more than a total of 5 terms in their life, which is 10 years. They realize the way to continue to have their cities and cultures grow together so well is to keep evolving, growing together, and not hold on to individual power. Yeah. So it's still a democracy, but it's a group of people, a group of 5. I see it's kind of similar to the council in the first city, or in the first season of Legend of Korra, if you happen to watch that. How each, except those are different nations. These are all one nation, just different areas. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if that would be like, if their meeting place is like public knowledge, or if it's something that they go meet in like a secret place that, and again, I don't know where that is yet, if it's like underneath the wilds or above the wilds or something like that, or in just a random district somewhere. But yeah, they can also communicate because it's a modern day. They have internet, they have Zoom, like all of these things exist, so they can definitely communicate elsewhere. But they definitely like everyone is free to travel anywhere they want. So I forget if you were here when I said it, but if you like happen to live in N17 in just a house near the water filtration system, you might work in E4 in the animal products plant. So there's like a train that you can take to like there's basically a giant subway system underneath, and then that gets you like to distant locations, and then there's above ground, like above building, above sidewalk and stuff like that, so you can walk underneath them that go through buildings, that take you to closer locations. But everywhere is accessible from everywhere, even though it's the size of like all of our landmass. You can get anywhere you need to go in like a really short amount of time. That's my way of rationalizing making a huge city that doesn't feel like I want it to literally be the size of the world, but I want it to feel just like you're in New York City. That kind of thing. And then like the Wilds is Central Park. But it's the Wilds is actually the size of Australia. But it feels like Central Park. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying coming up with this really different. At least for me, I have not seen anyone else do something like this yet. If they have, tell me because I need more tips. How often do you play D&D, Hazel? That's good. Yeah, we tried for a while to play more often, but people's lives just get in the way. So we're probably gonna be playing my game twice a month as well. Right? Yeah, yeah. It's usually, and especially with the DM, they kind of need to be there. Have you been playing for a long time, like with your group? I'm just making like aesthetic choices right now. Okay. That's not bad. And you guys are just playing, or not just playing. You guys are playing D&D. We have been into D&D for a couple of years now. And is this your first like long-term group that you're playing with now? Nice. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I remember mine was I think probably two three or 4 years ago now that I started my first like long-term campaign. Um and it's so nice when you can finally like get into a character and start really diving deep into who they are. Um but yeah, that's really great that you at least are able to play a couple times a month, which do you play over Zoom? I assume because of pandemic stuff, or are you in a place where like they're your people that you can see? I'm completely there with you. If I did not have my D&D group, it would like I wouldn't see people ever. I work from home during the week, and then I play D&D when I can, and if I didn't have them, it would be a lot rougher time. A much rougher time. A lot rougher does not make sense. But yeah, it's I am so happy to have the group. I might do two of these. No, in the D&D game that I currently play, I play a Tiefling Ranger Warlock multi-class. Here, let me pull up. What do I got here? Let me see if I can find a created image. I mashed up a bunch of things together to get documents. Oh, so I just found This is my character. His name is Void. He is a Gloomstalker Ranger Celestial Warlock with an imp familiar named Tattoo. And anytime he goes into Tattoo's, like, he can, like, see through Tattoo's eyes. He gets these, like, almost tribal tattoos, but they're all just lines all over his whole body whenever he's, like, kind of using the powers from within Tattoo. And this is a picture of Gambit from X-Men with tiefling tail and tiefling horns. He is a white tiefling with the Levistus bloodline, which means he's from the frozen layer of hell. So he's actually resistant to cold instead of fire. And he wants to be a magician. So he's started performing. He's honestly my favorite. I love him so much. That definitely came up through roleplay. He was originally, like, his background was charlatan, and he used to, like, do the, like, cup thing where he, like, would, like, be on the ground and, like, would try and cheat people out of their money. And then the only thing I knew I wanted to make him like Gambit, where he threw, like, his Eldritch Blast is through him throwing cards. So I knew I wanted to incorporate cards in him somehow, but I was thinking of it more as, like, cheating people out of their thing or gambling and stuff like that. And then one thing led to another, and I had signed myself up for a close-up magic show, and now it's like one of his dreams is to become like a world famous magician. But he can, like, do actual magic, so it's not just like a wizard. He doesn't want to be a wizard. He wants to be like a performance magician. Right? What about you? What character do you play currently? Nice. I love warlocks. I mean, obviously I'm playing one too, but what is What's your gnome's warlock? What's your gnomish warlock's name? Ooh, Fentina. I like it. What kind of warlock? Ooh. Mother was a human who made a deal with a devil, and they had a gnomish warlock. That's a pretty intense story. Fiend, nice. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, you do what you gotta do. Right, right. No, that's I like the cool thing about playing a game in a magical world like that is that you can literally make it whatever you want because it's a magical world. Like there by definition are like there's rules to how to play the game, but if you want your gnomes to be devils and devils to be gnomes or vice versa, or it be like a gnome devil, like that's 100% fine. Like it's a magical world. There's no rules. There's no rules. Actually, let's take a stretch. I'm gonna move construction over, and I'm gonna make all of the 12s hospitals. I kind of wanted to convince my DM to make it even more hilariously complex, but I figured the demon gnome was enough. I mean, I I made a multi-class celestial warlock who's like communicating with one of the main deities in a world, and then given myself an imp who then speaks to the deity for me. I'm like, throw all the complexity at your DMs. They signed up for it. And I mean, they'll tell you if it's too much. I feel like when I DM, I like people to give me those ideas because then it helps me world build more. So like people if people just say, "Oh, I'm playing a human fighter," for instance, then it's like, oh, well, like does I can't build anything around that. I don't know how much you want me to go into your backstory. I don't know how much. Where it's like if you put a lot of stuff, details and stuff like that, then at least that's something I can play with. I love that. That's so funny. I thought about having my mother also promise her firstborn me to a witch. Unless my father, the devil, and my witch stepmother would be fighting over who owns me. That's so funny. And you're like, okay, I don't really want either of you. Can you guys both go away? Where's my mom? Who's my real mom? Hey, mom? Hey, mom, come back. I think that's funny. Yeah, definitely. I like on my I don't I've you've been in here when I've used Hero Forge before, but like I have so many characters made in Hero Forge just of like different ideas that I've had that I've never been able to like use, and I've maybe used like 3 of them. Maybe four of them. But I just keep making them because I'm like I love it. I love it so much. And I also added entertainment media, kind of like the Hollywood of this world. Kind of thinking of like community centers. I don't know. And I'm thinking of community centers and like like mental health facilities, like therapy and stuff. Facilities. I don't know if that's the right word for that, but ooh, so I think this is gonna be. Do I have stuff in this one already? No. Okay, cool. I think W8 is gonna be higher education. All the 8s are gonna be higher education, and then the 9s are gonna be childcare and like public school. Or like elementary school. Oops, that's not what I meant. There we go. Okay. Okay. Then maybe like beside the hospitals, each one has a long-term care for it's like they're not forced, like you can go and you can, if you've lived in a certain area your whole life, you might not want to go a completely different area too. I'm wondering if, I know this is stability, but I'm wondering if maybe, because this would be resorts. Oh, you know, I think this pink line is going to be mountains though. So this would have both beach all the way up to like ski resort and stuff at the top of the mountain. So yeah, I think that's going to be, the mountain is going to go on this pink line. I think that makes sense. And then obviously the tunnels go underneath it. Alrighty, so I think I'm probably going to be wrapping up in the next 7 minutes or so. Get out of here by 9:30. Or 9:30 for me, 9:30 Eastern. But yeah, just a reminder that I will... let me go back to just my face. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Just a reminder that I will be live Wednesdays and Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I think that's what I'm going to try and do, just because I don't really have to, like I said before, I don't have to plan before or after. I can just kind of come into it and enjoy the time, because I got overwhelmed doing so much in January and February that I needed to take a whole month off. So at least this way it's something that I can sustain. It's sustainable, but also it's me putting stuff out there and me talking about things I love. But also, if you did not get to see the full stream, then it will be up on YouTube a couple days after the stream. And yeah, that's probably it. Reminder, today is Trans Day of Visibility, so if you have a chance, look up the hashtag, do some education for yourself, and see what that means, and how you can support and help out where you can, even if that is just sharing. Yeah, I think that's it. I look forward to seeing some more of you over here for the next one. Yeah, and hopefully next time we'll have this map filled out by the end of the next, maybe before the next one, and then we can start like filling in, going into deep diving in each one, and kind of creating characters who could be found in each of these districts, which I think is more fun than just naming districts. But we need to do the big picture to go into the little picture. Or at least I do in my head. I don't know if everyone needs to, but yeah, I had fun. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all, and I will see y'all on Sunday. Alrighty, so I am going to click ending now, and I'm going to get a cool title screen.